Hey everyone, how's it going? Koala Superhero here with another Overwatch video. Since the beginning of Season 6 we've been seeing more and more Junkrats in competitive mode, so here's a collection of 5 top tips to help you climb the ranks with this hero. If you'd like to support this channel and help it grow, please think to subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. Tip number 1 is don't forget to use your mines as extra DPS. Even more so now that Junkrat has 2 of them, your concussion mines are an amazing source of extra damage. You can control their detonation so you can actually decide when to set them off, meaning you can either finish off enemies really nicely, or that they're really good against heroes like Tracers, Genjis or even Pharahs. Anyone you can't reliably shoot at with your primary fire, you can take down more easily with your concussion mines. Even for heroes that you can reliably shoot at, you can use your concussion mines in conjunction with your primary fire to do that extra DPS, which will really help you. You'll also find that your concussion mines are great for putting a bit of distance between yourself and an enemy who's trying to get too up close and personal, for example a Reaper or a Winston. Throw the mine down, in between you and him, detonate, and you'll both go flying in a different direction, reducing his effectiveness because he'll be further away from you, while still keeping yourself in a reasonable range of your enemy. Tip number 2 is remember that you are the king of the hill mode. In control maps, the points that you need to capture are usually relatively small and perfect for Junkrat to control. He's got that nice short to medium range distance, can build a little nest in there and defend it very effectively. And considering that control maps are neither attack or defense but kind of a mix and a hybrid of the two, he can adapt to both the attack and the defense situations of these maps and can be very versatile. Tip number 3 is if you can't beat him, join him. As any hero in Overwatch, Junkrat has his strengths but also his weaknesses. Knowing what those weaknesses are is going to give you a big advantage as well. So knowing for example that you are weaker against longer range DPS or heroes that will gobble up your DPS, for example Zarya or D.Va. So if in a match you're having trouble getting within a comfortable fighting range, chances are that you'll continue to struggle and not contribute to the team as much as you would need to. So in this case, it's best to switch. Junkrat, like most heroes in the game, isn't good in every situation. So if you're playing in wide open spaces for example and the enemy team has a strong control over the surroundings, the chances are, again, that you need to switch. The basic gist of it is, if you can't control your surroundings or find yourself constantly struggling to reach your enemies, you need to switch. Of course this tip can apply to a lot of different heroes, but I think that for Junkrat in particular, given the nature of his gameplay, this is very relevant. Tip number 4 is that Junkrat excels in tighter spaces and at denying access. With this kit, Junkrat has many ways of denying access to enemies. By simply placing his trap down somewhere, or by spamming bombs in a certain direction, Junkrat can encourage enemies to take different routes than the ones they want to take, and he can funnel enemies into where your team wants them to be. And just by being somewhere and his enemies knowing that he's there, that will pose a huge potential threat, and enemies will think twice before taking that route, and seriously commit if they do. Junkrat works super well in choke points, so make the most of the fact that Junkrat is great at holding positions, at holding these tighter spaces. And finally, tip number 5, remember that Junkrat can be super mobile if he needs to be, and also is relatively versatile. Especially now with the new buff and now he's got 2 concussion mines, Junkrat can be very mobile and jump across the map quite quickly. You can quite consistently double jump to reach higher ground or harder to reach places in the maps. This means that you can cover more ground and also be in more places when you need to be. You can go support your teammates if they need your support, you can go flank, go help a flanker, or go help a push, go help a healer who's being attacked. You can move around the map relatively quickly if you've got your concussion mines, so don't forget to use that if you need to. This does take a bit of practice because you need to get the timings quite right, so I would try this out in quick play beforehand. So you can also pull off a triple jump with Junkrat, but as fun as this sounds, I wouldn't try and do it in competitive too much, unless maybe you're starting a match with it, and even then you'll be throwing yourself into the hands of the enemy and into their territory without any of your allies to support you. With his mobility you can also imagine things like, for example, jumping up and trying to throw a concussion mine at a Pharah, or at a pharmacy. So this does work and it's really satisfying when you manage to do it. But again, I wouldn't try and do this too much in competitive because you're going to be less effective for your team as a whole if you're trying to pull off these trick shots. With that said, that just about sums up this video. Thank you very much for watching and I really hope you enjoyed it and you found this insightful. I made this video following a suggestion from the mystical meme in the comments of another video. So if there's anything else you'd like me to cover and talk about, please let me know in the comments and I'll try to do it. If you're looking to play more of Junkrat and learn more about him, you can also check out another video I made about his traps and how to use them more effectively. You'll find a link to this video on the right of your screen. Again, if you did enjoy this video and found it helpful, please think to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.